Hello friends, welcome back. This is the second class on friction and today we'll be studying more questions from H.C. Verma. Okay, so let us take H.C. Verma and solve more questions. Uh, okay, so first question is question number 16. Question number 16 from page number 98. And the question is simple. It goes like this. There is a car and it is coming with some speed, okay, to 21.6 kilometer per hour, and there is some friction coefficient 1 by 2 root 3. G is 10 and angle is 30 degree. The length is 12.8 meter. Length is 12.8 meter. Yeah, so this is the question. So car is coming and it will apply brakes, and we have to show that when it reaches here, howsoever hard the driver applies the brake, the speed here will be 36 km per hour. Okay, so this is the question. So we know initial speed, we can convert it into meter per second by 5 by 18. So we know u, and if we talk about acceleration, if we draw the FPD of car, mg normal and mu n, right? And we resolve it, mg sine theta, mg cos theta. This we have already studied in the previous classes. You can see the videos, and if you have any doubts you can write in the comments. And acceleration is here. So how do we write? Mg sine theta minus mu mg cos theta is equal to ma. Acceleration becomes g sine theta minus mu g cos theta. So we know initial speed, we know acceleration, we know the distance s. So we can apply v square is equal to u square plus 2s, and we can calculate velocity here and convert it back into kilometer per hour. This is how it has to be done. I'll just discuss the questions, you have to solve them and you have to check the answers. Still you have any doubts, you can very frankly write in the comments, okay? But again, it should be very good doubt, not like calculation errors and all these things. So this was the first question. Talking about second question, so we can take example number 7 from page number 93. So example number 7 from page number 93. It is like this. Coefficient is mu and we are applying some force F at an angle theta. Okay, so block placed on the horizontal surface is being pushed by a force F, making angle theta with the vertical. If the coefficient of friction is mu, how much force is needed? How much force is needed to get the block started? And discuss the situation when tan theta is less than mu. So this is how the question is, okay? Yeah, so first of all, understand we are pushing the block like this. If we will push the block, with lesser theta, almost vertically, it will never move, right? So if theta becomes less than a certain value, it will not move. So this is that value. Now exactly how we calculate this, we'll see now. So you can draw the FBD, mg normal, and then there is some force, and this angle was theta. Okay, we resolve the angle, f sine theta, and here it is f cos theta. It becomes mu n. Yes, so it will move when f sine theta is greater than mu n, right? So f sine theta greater than mu n is how much? F cos theta plus mg. Okay, from this we can say that f should be greater than, we take it here, divide mu mg by sine theta minus mu cos theta. So this is the minimum value of f so that it starts moving. Okay, now see, if theta becomes very less, you consider this part, denominator, you make it 0, tan theta comes out to be mu. And if tan theta is less, that means sine theta is less, denominator becomes negative. That is the case when theta is so less, we are pressing it upwards and it will not move at all. Yeah, so this is the case. I am erasing it, and this is the answer. Let us check it also. Yeah, so this is the answer, and this is dimensionally correct. Dimensionless. Mg dimension is force, and we are calculating force. Okay, yeah. And such type of competitions very easily come in NEET, and such concepts can be used in IIT, but it is little easier question for IIT. Yes. Let us take another question from HCV. Question number 18, page number 98. Okay, so question is like this, that two blocks are there, 4 kg, 2 kg, and this is the angle 30 degree. G is again 10, and coefficient of friction between 2 kg, it is mu1 and this is mu2. Yeah, and so in first case mu1 is 0.2, mu2 is 0.3. In the second case mu1 is 0.3, mu2 is 0.2. So this is the question, and so we have to find the acceleration. So let us study this. So first of all, understand a concept. If there is a mass and there is mu, there is theta, let us find the acceleration of this block. So we draw the FBD, mg normal mu n. We resolve it, mg sin theta, mg cos theta, acceleration. So this is the FBD. It is very simple. We have understood in the previous classes how the equation goes. Mg sin theta minus mu mg cos theta is equal to ma. Mg sin theta minus mu mg cos theta is equal to ma. If you have any problem in this equation, please study the Newton laws of previous classes. Okay, you just see the lecture. So acceleration comes out to be g sin theta minus mu cos theta. This is the acceleration. Okay, the mass is not there. So this is one formula that you have to remember first of all. Now let us understand, it does not depend upon mass. That means acceleration of both the blocks does not depend upon mass. For both the masses, g is same. For both the masses, theta is same. Now tell me, if mu is more, then acceleration is less. So in the first case, mu2 is more. Mu2 is more, that means it is trying to come slow and it is trying to come faster. Now what will happen? This body will try to move faster, it will push the 4 kg block, and ultimately both the blocks will come together, yes? So acceleration of both the blocks in the first case will be same, and there will be a force apart from all the other forces that we already studied. Normal reaction R exerted from 2 kg to 4 kg, similarly equal opposite reaction on 2 kg R. So this is new thing that you have to consider in this question. R on the 4 kg block and R on the 2 kg block. Other things are same, mg, normal, mu1, that you can do. Now in the second case, mu1 is more, mu2 is less. That means 4 kg block is trying to move faster, so it will go ahead, and this is trying to move slower. So acceleration of both the blocks will be different in this case. It will be different in this case, okay? So this you have to understand. Yeah. So how much it will be, you don't need to solve the FBDs again. You can just write, put the values in this formula, because they are coming on their own. There is no connection between them. Yes, I am erasing this. This is how this question needs to be solved. Now consider some cases in this question only. Suppose there is a rod. Suppose there is a rod between the two masses m1, m2. Now it does not depend upon m1, m2 that we have already seen. Acceleration does not depend on that. Mu1 and mu2. If in case 1, this is a rod, okay? If in case 1, mu1 is equal to mu2. Now friction is same, theta is same, g is same. In the formula, A is equal to g sin theta minus mu cos theta. If that is the case, then obviously both will come with the same acceleration, and there will be no use of this rod. There is no compression or tension in this rod. Yes. And in the second case, if we consider mu1 as greater, mu1 is, that means it is trying to come slow, it is trying to, and this is trying to come faster. That means it will push and it will not move. There will be compressive force in the rod, and ultimately they have to come together because there is rod, nothing can happen. Yeah, in the last case, if mu1 is more, it is trying to come slower, it is trying to move faster. That means there will be elongation, that means tension in the rod. Yes, there will be tension, but ultimately they will come at the same acceleration. There is no other option. Okay, so this is one thing. Similarly, consider another case when there is a string. There is a string m1, m2, mu2, mu1, theta. This is a string. Now consider the case mu1 is equal to mu2. So in that case there will be no tension, acceleration will be same because mu, theta and g have become same. Okay. Now consider second case, if mu2 is say smaller, mu2 is smaller. So it is trying to move fast. It is trying to move fast, it is trying to move slow. That means there will be tension in the string and ultimately both will come together. In the last case, if you know this is smaller, if this is smaller, that means m1 will try to move fast. In this case, string will become slack, it will move fast, it will collide, and then after that they will move together. Acceleration will be same after that, not before that. So these are the cases that you have to consider from the very starting of the question. Otherwise, you will not be able to solve it if you have any difficulty in understanding this thing. Okay, so let us take some more questions from H.C. Verma. Question number 30. Let us take question number 30 from page number 99. So a man is there and I don't know what he is doing, but he has somehow, the diagram is not good. Okay, so he has somehow made himself in this position. Why and how, I do not know. Okay, so please don't laugh on the diagram. This is the diagram, okay. So this is the position of the man and he's touching here also. So like small kids sometimes do, they just get themselves inside the door's position. They just lock themselves up. So they press the doors opening from one side and from the back also. So this is the position. 40 kg is the mass of the person and mu is 0.8. We have to show that the person pushes the two walls, front and back, with equal forces. Very simple. Suppose this is the person, FBD will be mg. There is a normal reaction N1 and normal reaction N2 from the back. And similarly, it is trying to move down, then friction will support mu N2 and mu N1. Yes. So obviously we can see the person is not going anywhere. That means N1 is equal to N2. This was the first part. Done. For the second part, find normal force exerted. Now N1 and N2 are equal. Second equation is mu N2 plus mu N1 is equal to mg, and N is equal. So 2 mu N is equal to mg. We can find N. Okay. As simple as that. I'm erasing it. What else? Let us take 1-2 more questions. Questions will be very simple if you understand the things from the depth, if you do not cram. But a lot of people try to cram. Physics is not for cramming, it is for understanding. Especially NEET people do this. So don't feel bad if I'm telling this, but yeah, this happens. So generally, some students, I'm not telling about all these students, yeah, so they do it, but Okay, so even if you are not doing, very good. So let us take one more question for today. So question number 12. Question number 12. Here is how it goes. And there is this mass, there is another mass, mu2, mu1, 2 kg, 4 kg, and theta is there. So if the tension of the string is 16 Newton, tension is given to be 16. Acceleration of each block is 0.5. Find friction coefficient between the two contacts with the block. Okay, find friction coefficient. So we have to find mu1 and mu2. So we can very easily form the diagram 2g n1 t mu1 n1 acceleration. Yeah. Second diagram 4g n2 t and then mu2 n2. That's it. And then acceleration obviously. Okay. So what will be the equation? T minus mu1 n1. So T minus mu1 n1 is 2g is equal to 2 into a, and acceleration is also given. So 2 into 0.5. For this we have 4g sine theta. 4g sine theta. Okay, minus t minus mu2 n2. n2 is 4g cos theta is equal to 4 into a. 4 into a. Okay. So let us again see T minus mu1 n1 is equal to mass into acceleration. This is the equation. N1 is 2g. For the second equation we write 4g sine theta minus t minus mu2 n2, and n2 is 4g cos theta is equal to mass into acceleration. So this is the thing, and tension is given. Tension is 16. So tension is 16. We can calculate mu1, right? And tension is 16. We calculate mu2. That's it. The question is done. So you can calculate. Okay. So this is how the questions need to be done. In the next class we will. So in the next class we will do some more questions. We'll do some more questions, and of better level from HC Verma only. And in the homework you can do question number 19 you can do, question number 13 you can do, and you can see if question number 28 can be done. It is a very good question. That's it. Okay, so that's it for today. These are the questions that we have discussed. So if you follow the concepts in each question, and after that you practice 100 questions from each chapter, say Newton's law or kinematics, for the whole PCM or PCB, then you will actually feel confident from within. If you do 100 questions from each topic or chapter, and then just give test. That's all you need to. We are discussing concepts here. We cannot do everything here, right? We are discussing all the concepts. After that you have to practice. Okay, so if you have any doubt, you can write in the comments. Share this video with all those friends who need free classes, okay, who cannot afford coaching, and that's it. So we'll meet in the next class. Thank you so much.